All right, we're going to talk some hot names around pick 12 and those Minnesota Vikings NFL draft. All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus Show. I'm One Bar, and it's officially draft season. Senior Bowl's in the book. East-West Shrine is in the books. So it is time to get hot and heavy with the NFL draft.
Pro Bowl is over. Just got to get this damn
Thank
Super Bowl
God.
out of the way, and we can put all of our attention on the offseason and the draft. But ours is already there. Just got to, just kind of get this coaching thing just finalized, set in stone. When that's done, boom, 100% draft talk. So, yeah, pick 12, Minnesota Vikings. We got some names that we are going to be talking about, names that are swirling around the Vikings at pick 12.
Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, here every damn day talking Vikings. Let's get to 6,000 subscribers, and it is very early in the draft. I mean, combine's in 3-4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But it's early, but it's time to start thinking draft, and there's a lot of names that are floating around the Minnesota Vikings.
And we kind of spread it out evenly. We did one name for each of the 5 major needs that the Vikings have. So, we could have put like 5 at one position, but we didn't do that. We just kind of spread the love around a little bit today. So 5 different positions, 5 different names.
Yeah, and these needs could change very, very quickly depending on what the Vikings do this offseason. They're gonna shake shit up.
Who they cut, who they sign in free agency. These needs are always changing, and these players are always changing, moving up and down the board until that greatest day of the year rolls around in April.
Yes, and in the comments, let us know who you think or who you want at pick 12, and if we are absolutely batshit crazy for putting some of these guys on there. But let's start off with a big old mammoth of a beast in the middle. Georgia defensive tackle Jordan Davis.
Yeah, this guy's 6'6", 340 pounds. He is huge. He is a giant. Minnesota Vikings could be converting to a 3-4 front, need someone to play the nose. Why not plug this monster there and just let him destroy interiors of offensive lines? How much would you love to be a linebacker playing behind someone so big? I mean, he would just eat up guards. You'd have all the space in the world to go after the ball carrier. So, Jordan Davis, maybe not the most popular pick or the biggest need, but definitely a guy the Vikings have to consider at 12.
Yeah, it's not the sexiest pick. He's gonna clear up space for anybody and everybody. And this is going to be really dependent on what they do with the guys they already have up front. Michael Pierce, Tomlinson got a lot of money into those guys, and they still have some time on their contract. So this would be a big risky move, but it would almost have to happen if they got rid of both these guys. Absolutely. Regardless of a 3-4 or a 4-3, whatever it is, I can't see them biting the bullet on him if one of those guys are still around.
And I think a lot of teams are going to want this guy. I think he's going to be a very popular draft commodity on draft day. So we'll see. He could go higher. Maybe he goes a little bit lower, but I don't think he's going to go too much lower than 12.
Yeah, I'd be right in the vicinity. Next up, a guy that was very, very hot last year, Derek Stingley, cornerback from LSU, great freshman year. Questions about his injuries, questions about his effort. But Derek Stingley, no doubt, is a damn good cornerback that will go in the top 15 picks. But he's seen the slide a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He's 6'1", 195 pounds. This guy, he wins contested balls. He can go up and get them. He's got a knack for making a play on the ball and coming down with the ball. You mentioned the injuries, so maybe he wasn't quite healthy. His play starting to decline a little bit. But, man, if he's there for 12, that could be a huge get for the Vikings. That's a day one starter for you, whether it's Stingley, Gardner, someone like that. Vikings need cornerbacks. And, yeah, we've done it a lot in the first round the last couple of years, but damn it, we need to do it again.
Yeah, he's a guy that wouldn't be surprised if he went like pick 4 or if he slid to like pick 15. He's just a wide range. When you guys got like Sauce Gardner in there, there's going to be guys really pushing to be that number 1 corner off the board. And Stingley at 12, even if you don't want a cornerback, if Stingley is there at 12 and we take him and you're upset about it, you are crazy.
You have no damn heart. Let's go another one. Maybe not the most exciting position or player, but Vikings, especially they go to 3-4 front, they're going to need some pass rushers on the outside, guys who can stand up and rush the quarterback. One guy is from Purdue, George Karlaftis. Get used to that name, Karlaftis.
Yeah, get used to it because it's going to be around the Vikings. I don't know. He doesn't really get me overly excited. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that his name is George, and that's not fair of me. But I'm just being honest right now. And he's probably going to be fantastic. But when you look at his stats, look at his numbers, I don't know, 4.5 sacks last year.
Well, and he doesn't really have the long, lanky frame. He's more compact. He's more thick. He's more stoutly built. So even if he stay in a 4-3, I think he's somebody you can still look at. Either way, the Vikings have to find another pass rusher. We don't know what Daniel Hunter's future is going to be, and there's nobody opposite him if we do keep him. DJ Wanham was way too inconsistent last year. And guys like Kenny Willekes, well, I like him. I don't think he fits in a 3-4. I was thinking
You watch your mouth about Kenny.
Where do you put Kenny if we switch to a 3-4?
Anywhere you want.
Maybe at safety.
I'd put him at cornerback if you could.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and they're saying he could be he's probably better to be a 4-3 defensive end. So if we go to a 3-4 and we're trying to mess with him a little bit, I don't know. I mean, it just seems a little,
first pick.
little too much tinkering. But he is a name when you look at mock drafts. Vikings they're taking him quite a bit.
They are.
And he's right in that range. Next up, quarterback. We got to go quarterback, regardless if they keep Kirk Cousins or not. He's only got 1 year left on his contract, so we definitely have to look at it. Malik Willis had a fantastic Senior Bowl, so something tells me he's not going to be available. So the guy that would probably be on the board is Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, super experienced, and he also has the ability to take off and run. A little bit of Josh Allen to him, throws a very catchable ball. The biggest knock is just his wee little hands, just tiny little nubbins he's got.
He does have tiny little hands. That doesn't get me too upset. I mean, Kenny Pickett, again, like everybody said, is right in this range. Quarterback right now is a big old mystery. I could see things getting shooken up a handful of times. We might see multiple quarterbacks being rumored to be that second guy, but Malik Willis is going to be the number one, I'm sure. If Willis was there at 12, though, we at least got to mention it. We got to pounce on him.
You do. I mean, Willis, he's such an exciting athlete. Yes, his read, his ability to read receivers down the field is not great, needs work. But the fact that he can take off, make those plays with his legs is such an X factor, and it's what the modern NFL is becoming. So I think you're right. He'll be the first quarterback off the board. And
Kenny Pickett would probably be coming into a situation where ideally he really doesn't play as a rookie. I mean, maybe this is one where Kirk Cousins is just on the roster for 2022. They take Kenny Pickett, he can hang out on the bench. And the following year, he gets a chance.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And again, new regime. More often than not, they want their own guy. They want their own quarterback, and maybe Pickett's the guy this regime goes with.
A new regime. Everybody were mentioning the fact that it is a new regime. We could be way off base here. They could be looking at a middle linebacker in round one, even though we have Kendricks. We have no idea.
We don't.
We have no clue.
Makes it scary, but also makes it very exciting.
You know what we do have a clue about? The clue is that we do have is Garrett Bradbury sucks. So this last guy we're going to talk about is, in fact, the center at pick 12, and a center that could even be gone before we're on the board, and that's Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah, you see Linderbaum. I've seen him go as high as like 4. I've seen him fall at the end of round 1, but he's usually pegged anywhere from 8 to 16, right around that range. This guy's just – he's a technician. He's strong. He can anchor, something that Garrett Bradbury cannot do. Yes, would it suck to take a center 2 times in round 1 in 5 years, within 5 years? Yes, that would suck. That's not sexy. But look at where Kwesi comes from. He comes from organizations that built through the trenches. This is definitely a pick that's in his DNA, in his genes, and a pick he could make. You shore up the interior of the Vikings line, then all of a sudden, things should be pretty damn good, because you got it pretty much set now from left to right, because you got 2 young tackles. You got probably your left guard, Ezra Cleveland. You get Linderbaum at center. The right guard's the only issue there, and maybe Wyatt Davis can step up and play, or maybe you look at like a Zion Johnson or something around 2. Could you imagine?
It's not often center is linked into the top 10 picks, so you know that he is damn good. In our YouTube mock, he went 5. He went 5th overall. So it's he will be a name to watch, and if the Vikings took him, you're right. The Vikings offensive line would be that much closer. Garrett Bradbury could just be kind of maybe put out the pasture. But there you go. He's a center, and it's painful, but we would take him. Those are our 5 guys. Let us know in the comments who you want. Remember, subscribe, like the videos. And Luppagus is looking at a real good fact, I'm sure.
That's something. In India, some parents celebrate the birth of their newborn baby by throwing it off a building.